Welcome, my university members. I have missed you guys so much. It feels like I just can't get enough of you guys. And I thank you so much for watching this fun episode today on Butterfly Pea Flower. So for those of you who opened up your boxes of tea this month, you might have been like, it's one of those surprises again that Jenny sends us. So last week we covered making Thai tea, and unfortunately I had technical difficulties, so none of my video recording was, I guess, working because it was lagging really bad. So I had to actually pre-record snippets of making the Thai tea ice cream and then put it all together, and then it took forever to try to upload it into the internet. So today we have technology working again, and we removed software that was making it lag. But now we should be in real time. If you're watching right now, say hello. Let me know where you're watching from, what kind of cup of tea you're having today. And we'll get started with the butterfly pea flower. So butterfly pea flower is not a tea. It is a flower that is native to places like Indonesia and Thailand, and it is something that they use more of for like a dessert. Like I said, it's just kind of fun. There are some antioxidants in it, but it's not known for its super potent antioxidant properties. It's known more for being fun and something for after dinner and just to relax. So I'm going to show you here what the butterfly pea flower looks like. It's this big purpley bluish type of flower, and when you steep it, it kind of feels like, tastes a little earthy, maybe kind of like green tea or something like that. So what we're going to do today is steep it, and then we're going to add a little bit of infusion of acids from our kombucha and from lemon juice, and we're going to compare and contrast how the colors change and what the flavor tastes like. So what this flower does is actually turns the liqueur blue, and they'll actually use it for dyes sometimes. So I'm going to put it in this cup for right now and tare my scale. So again, 2.5 grams per 8 ounces of water. Now, I'm going to use this glass teapot here, so it's going to actually be more than 2.5 grams because that's about 2 cups in here. So I'm going to want to weigh out 5 grams of this very fluffy butterfly pea flower. Very fluffy. You'll see that it uses a lot of weight to it. And with my glass teapot, I actually don't have an infuser, so I'm going to steal the infuser from my double wall glass cup, my hot glass system, and use that. With my digital kettle, I already have it set to 207 boiling water temperature. And I'm just going to get all of that wonderful ingredient in the infuser and steep it. And then we're going to see how the color of the infusion of the flower changes for dyes. So now a lot of people use this for baking also, and for desserts and fun specialty drinks. It's really trending in the US right now, but it's very similar in reaction to things like red cabbage and other things that have a certain pigment in them, which end up changing the color when the pH changes. So I want to make this a nice strong brew of this tisane, this flower that has no caffeine in it. And I want to keep my lid on there if I can. Alexa, set a timer for 3 minutes. And meanwhile, I will show you what the other things that I have here are. So I have some lemon juice. Okay, so we'll be able to see how it changes and turns pink. So what they do traditionally in Thailand after having a meal is they'll sit down and kind of have a tea time, but it's not made with tea. It's made with this blue butterfly pea flower that is turned into the super dark blue color. And that comes off of the flower, the infusion, the extraction of the pigments of the flower. And then they'll add maybe some honey to it and some lemon juice. So it's kind of having like a lemon honey tea, but with no Camellia sinensis in it. And then I also have a bottle of my kombucha. So for those of you in the university program, hopefully you've already partaken in the kombucha culture class that you have all access to. And you can see I actually have a SCOBY growing in here already. So I don't know how far you are on the lesson of kombucha, but your kombucha, even if you have it in secondary fermentation, it can still grow SCOBYs. So you can see this is a plain kombucha from February of 2020. I taste tested it already in another container and has a really nice typical kombucha tartness with it. So we're going to actually add kombucha to some of this butterfly pea flower and see how the colors change. So this is something that you might want to use for a second fermentation or for a steeping that you can do with kombucha and make it pink instead of blue, because with the acids, it will start to turn pink or purplish. So that is one idea that you can do. And now you'll see here, it is super, super, super dark blue, but when you put it in a different color glass and it isn't a dark enough blue yet, it will be more of a mild faded pink color, or you might not see the impact as much. So I have my double wall glass cup that I'm going to put some of the butterfly pea flower in here with lemon juice. And then I'm also going to do it in here and make an iced butterfly pea flower with an infusion of kombucha. So I got to go grab some ice really quickly. I'll be right back. If you have any questions, write them down below. So I don't want my, oh, hey, I see somebody else has joined right now. I don't want you to pour your hot, Alexa, stop. I don't want you to pour your hot butterfly pea flower in with your cold kombucha. Now, it might kind of cook and kind of kill the enzymes, the probiotics, the bacteria, the yeast that's in there when you have too hot of a temperature for your kombucha. That's why everyone drinks kombucha cold. So we're wanting to kind of dilute our butterfly pea flower a little bit with a cup of ice so that we're not killing the microbes in the kombucha. So we can still reap the benefits of it. And if you saw also a couple weeks ago when we did the infusion, I don't know if you saw that, we did a infused honey that was amazing. That is also a way to keep the enzyme intact in a raw honey. You want to do that infusion, that mud, that slurry separately without too hot of a temperature, so that when you mix it in with the honey, it still is still at that about 100 degrees Fahrenheit safe honey temperature. Now that safe honey temperature is at about 100 degrees because that's about the temperature that the bees create when they're living in the hive. So you're trying to recreate up to the max of what it would be naturally occurring, not above that. Same thing with the kombucha. The kombucha, you can end up killing the probiotics in there by cooking it. It might not be as beneficial because you've cooked them, right? So those are some hints for the butterfly pea flower infused with kombucha, just to let you know. Because if we're drinking tea for the health benefits, we want to keep the best of the health benefits in there as much as possible to create the best environment. All right, so the timer has already gone off, and you can see there's this bright, super dark, almost like the color of blue blood or something like that. And it's going to be watered down a little bit with the ice, and you'll see that in a moment. All right, so I'm going to pour some of it in this double wall glass cup, plain that I'm going to put lemon juice in. And you can see that bright, brilliant blue color. Okay. And then we're going to also water it down with our cup of ice because we're wanting to cool it down so we don't kill the health benefits of our kombucha, those probiotics that are in there, by searing it with 207 degrees water. So you can see that it is not too faded. We'll still see the results from it. And meanwhile, I would like to melt some honey in this one on its own. So it'll be kind of like a lemon honey tea, but it's not tea, it's caffeine free. It will be with the butterfly pea flower that does have health benefits and antioxidants in it, just not as potent as like a typical green tea or a white tea. But before I try either of them, let's taste what it is normally, plain on its own. Okay, I'm just gonna grab this mug. My husband has been watching The Mandalorian. I don't know if any of you are Star Wars fans out there, but I bought him this mug because we've been watching it every Friday night as our treat. So it smells plain. It doesn't have a lot of fragrance to it. It does smell vegetal of some sort, kind of like a weak tea. And it doesn't have much flavor to it. And honestly, kind of tastes like hot water with a little bit of, not bitterness, but that slight undertone of, and I don't mean it in any disrespect, but it kind of tastes like a paper tea bag that you get in the grocery store. It doesn't have a lot of flavor to it, and that's probably why they're always adding honey or lemons or other infusions in it to flavor it, because it's more for the color and the unique funness that changes when you infuse it with different pH levels. Not bad. It would be a good cuppa for before you go to bed. All right. So now that we've tasted that, and I'm going to melt some honey, and we'll see that it doesn't change the pH when we infuse it with honey or sugar. It shouldn't change the pH at all. So honestly, I'm still going through this gigantic jar of honey, and no, unfortunately, it's not local, but it's this big jar of honey that I got from Hawaii last year. That's all raw honey, and you'll see here when we're melting it in here, it will not change the color at all. Who's excited to try this? All of you university members, who is excited to try this? I want to hear from you this Saturday. This Saturday, we have our virtual tea party in Zoom, so don't forget to attend. We put the Zoom link in the Facebook group, the university group, and we also put the link in an email. I think that went out today. So still dark blue, right? Still blue and still dark blue, but a little bit lighter because we put ice in it and we watered it down a little bit with the ice. It's chilled. I feel like it's safe for my kombucha probiotics to be in there now. So let's see what happens. All right, now we've got blue. This one's going to be with hot, like a lemon tea. This one we're going to pour in half kombucha. I really want to have the health benefits in it. Oh my goodness, instantly. Let's look at this small camera right here. It's already turned into this super beautiful. It was so fast that it changed into this purple color. So I taste really good kombucha flavor in here right now. And if you have a kombucha that is really, really acidic and really strong, this would be a great way to make more palatable if it's too strong and too vinegary for you, because now you've diluted some of it. Now you notice I didn't add any extra honey into this part because I like to have my kombucha plain, honestly, but you can do it however you like. So now it's this bright pink purple color. Isn't that neat? Wow. And has a good kombucha flavor. Now let's see what happens when we add the lemon juice to the hot cup. I'll try to hold it here in the light for you to see. All right, so we just got some lemon juice. And it's now turned into this light purpley pink color. Alrighty, now let's try it. Oh, I would definitely drink this if I was not feeling very well, if I had a sore throat and I wanted some lemon and honey and I wanted to go to bed and I didn't want caffeine. This would be a great option to have, is with the butterfly pea flower with the lemon and honey in there. Or if I'm wanting to feel energized and feeling healthy and promoting gut health, I could also have it with kombucha. So let me know what you think. Hopefully, I'll see you this Saturday at our virtual tea party. So come on by. Let's talk about tea, what you've been doing with the world of tea, what kind of teas you have been tasting recently. And we'll also be discussing our new guest from Kenya that is going to be sharing with us about growing teas in Kenya next month. So he will be our special guest from Just Tea. We will be putting in Kenyan teas in next month's subscription. So definitely stay tuned and you don't want to miss that. I want to see what kind of recipes you're doing, what kind of desserts, what you're doing for the holidays, what kind of new teas you're trying. I know that a bunch of you are trying all kinds of new teas from all over the world that are not from Sipping Streams. I would love for you to come this Saturday to the virtual tea party and let us know how that's going. So everyone, thank you so much for showing up tonight during our episode of the butterfly pea flower and what you can do with it. And next week, we'll have another great episode from the university program on tea. Make sure you send me your questions and let me know how your kombucha is doing, if you need any help, and if you've moved on to the matcha class or any of the other segments that we have. Also, just to let you know, we are going to do a live version for only 2 days, for 2 days only after Christmas on the Immune Boosting Tea Workshop. So if you know any friends who would really like to partake in the Immune Boosting Tea Workshop, it's only for 2 days. It's not a week-long class. It's for 2 days, and they can sign up today at sippingstreams.com. In the About Us section, there'll be a link for the Immune Boosting Tea Workshop. If you're not really sure, check out your emails or reach out to me and I can help you find that link to register for the live version. So remember, you have all kinds of tea classes in the university portal. You have Matcha Madness, Kombucha Culture, the Essence of Tea. How many of you have finished that one? And we have the Essential Immune Boosting Tea Workshop and the 5 Days of Tea. So we've only done the Immune Boosting Tea Workshop once before live. This will be the last time in 2020 that we're offering this Immune Boosting Tea Workshop, and it's a special surprise for those of you after the holidays to prepare for 2021. We hope you join us there. Oh, and don't forget, we're giving a tea advent calendar away this Sunday. So send me your screenshot of your writing and review of the Essence of Tea podcast and email it to hello@sippingstreams.com or DM us, and you'll be entered to win. There's only 4 people entered so far. So someone's going to walk away with a whole 24 days of tea. So make sure you enter the giveaway for the tea advent calendar before this Sunday. So all you need to do is send us a rating and review for the Essence of Tea podcast, and hopefully we pick you. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a great evening.